Hello students, now I will discuss a poem named Paper Boat. Paper Boat is written by Rabindranath Tagore or Rabindranath Thakur. Rabindranath Tagore was born on 7th May 1861 and died 7th August 1941. He was an Indian poet, author, playwright, musician, composer, philosopher, social reformer, painter, and one of the foremost figures of the Bengal Renaissance. In 1913, Rabindranath became the first Indian and Asian to win a Nobel Prize in any category, and also the first lyricist and non-European to win the Nobel Prize in literature. And significant molder of he was the significant molder of the culture within Bengal and Indian subcontinent. He wrote and composed the national anthem of India and Bangladesh. The English poem Paper Boat, which we will read now, is Tagore's own translated version of his original Bengali titled r.n.tagorw, which belonged to his 1903 Bengali poetry. The Bengali poetry written in 1903 book Shishu, in the book Shishu. In English, it was published in his famous children's poetry collection titled The Crescent Moon. The publisher was Macmillan and Company in London. Structurally, Rabindranath Tagore's poem Paper Boat or r.n.tagorw is a single continuous poem written in free verse. Now, the poem. Day by day float my paper boat one by one down the running stream. দিনের পর দিন আমার কাগজের নৌকা বয়ে যায় এই বয়ে যাওয়া স্রোতের সঙ্গে। In the big black letters, বড় বড় কালো শব্দে I write my name on them. নৌকাগুলোর ওপর আমি আমার নাম লিখে দিতাম। And where I live, কোথায় আমি থাকতাম, মানে তার ঠিকানা। I hope that someone in some strange land will find them and know who I am. নিশ্চয়ই কোনো দূর দূরান্তের দেশে বা কোনো অদ্ভুত দেশে তারা নৌকাটা যখন পাবে তখন আমাকে তারা জানতে পারবে who I am. I load little boats with shiuli flowers from our garden. কবিতার বাগান থেকে শিউলি ফুল ওই নৌকায় ভরে দিতেন। তার মানে আমরা ধরতে পারি, আমরা বুঝতে পারি কবিতাটা শরৎকালে লেখা। And hope that these blooms of the dawn will be carried safely to the land in the night. এবং আমি আশা করতে পারি সকালের যে ফুলগুলো আমি নৌকায় চাপিয়ে দিয়েছিলাম সেগুলো রাত্রিবেলা নিশ্চিন্তে নিরাপদে একটা নতুন দেশে বা রাজ্যে বা ভূমিতে গিয়ে পৌঁছাবে। I launched my paper boats and look up into the sky. আমি আমার নৌকাগুলোকে ভাসিয়ে দিয়ে আকাশের দিকে তাকালাম। See the little clouds setting this white bulging sail. Setting this মানে setting you while bulging sail. ছোট্ট মেঘগুলো যেন পাল তুলে উড়ে চলেছে। I know what playmate of mine in the sky sends them down. আমি জানি না আমার আকাশে কোন খেলার সঙ্গী এগুলোকে নিচের দিকে নামিয়ে দিচ্ছে। And they are to rest with my boat. এবং আমার নৌকার সঙ্গে হাওয়া যেন দৌড় প্রতিযোগিতা করবে। When night comes, I bury my face in my arms and dream that my paper boat float on and on under the midnight star. এবং রাত্রিবেলা যখন আমি আমার চোখ হাত দিয়ে ঢেকে আমি শুয়ে স্বপ্ন দেখি, কী স্বপ্ন দেখি? আমার কাগজের নৌকা বয়ে চলেছে মধ্যরাতের তারার নিচে দিয়ে, ওপরে মধ্যরাতের তারা আর নিচে আমার নৌকা। The fairies of sleep are sailing in them. ঘুমের পরীরা তাদের ওই নৌকায় করে তারা যাচ্ছে। At the lading ends in the basket of full of dreams. এবং আমাদের ওই ঘুমের পরীরা সেগুলি চড়ে বেড়াচ্ছে আর তাদের স্বপ্নের ঝুড়ি বোঝাই করছে। এইটা হচ্ছে কবিতাটা বাংলায়। ছোট্ট একটি কবিতা, এটা শিশুদের ইনোসেন্স, নিষ্পাপ শিশুদের ভাবনা নিয়ে কবিতাটা, তাদের স্বপ্ন নিয়ে কবিতাটা। এবার আমরা টাইটেলে আসি। The title of the paper boat by Rabindranath Tagore is perfectly justifies and it serves as the central metaphor for the child's boundless imagination, innocent hopes, and desire for connection. The fragile paper boat represents the child's dream, sent out into the world with innocent expectation that they will magically does reach distant shores and made new friends. The title holds a deeper symbolic meaning throughout the verses. The paper is a delicate material, mirroring the pure and fragile nature of the childhood. The boat drifting down the running stream represents the fleeting, tender moments of the youth and the journey of life. By writing his name and the village on the boat, the poet seeks to establish a connection with the outside world. The boats carry his identity into the unknown and trusting that someone in a strange land will find them. The paper boat transforms from the child's mind as he load with the fragrant shiuli flower as gifts. When night falls, the child dreams of his paper vessels, sailing under the stars, guided by the fairies and filled with beautiful dreams. A beautiful poem. It is a beautiful poem. Ultimately, the entire poem revolves around this simple paper boat, or the creation making the making the title not just a subject of the child's play, but a profound symbol of universal hope, longing, power of child's imagination and friendship. And the tone of Rabindranath Tagore's poem Paper Boat is multifaceted, shifting between child's innocence to deeper poetic reflection. The overall atmosphere reflects the pure, carefree world of the young child. The act of the launching paper boats down a stream, the launching of paper boats down a stream captures sense of joyful merriment of everyday play. There is underlying sense of trust and expectation. The child genuinely believes that someone on a distant shore will find his boat, and that the shiuli flower will land safely. It is an imaginative and dreamy poem. As night falls, the tone shifts into a surrealism. A magical space is found. The poem embraces fantasy, with the child imagining celestial fairies. Celestial means the associating with stars and our solar system, guiding the boats under the starry sky. It is melancholic and nostalgic for the adults, while the child feels pure joy, and adult reader senses a gentle undercurrent of sadness. The fragile paper boats navigating a moving stream subtly mirrors the vulnerability of human life and the fleeting nature of childhood. In the theme, we find many things. The core theme of Rabindranath Tagore's poem Paper Boat revolves around the purity of youth, the innocence of youth, and the human desire for connection. The poem captures the very simple, carefree joy of child's playing by a stream. The child is untouched by the complexity of this adult world, finding absolute happiness and merriment is launching the paper boat. An adult will not launch a paper boat in the stream. Writing his name on the village on the boat highlights a deep, universal longing to be known and remembered. This is also not common to the adults. The child wishes to project his identity into the unknown to connect with a distant land. The poem celebrates the power of child's mind. Simple paper ships transforms into a grand vessels loaded with precious shiuli flowers and guided by the dreaming fairies under the night sky. It is about a boundless imagination. The fragile nature of the paper boats floating down a fast-moving stream serves a metaphor for human. It highlights how delicate our dreams are. Youth and existence are when facing the vast and unpredictable world. This is also a boundless reflection of boundless imagination. Rabindranath Tagore's paper boat is rich with literary devices that beautifully bring out the inner world, inner thoughts, and inner imagination and the dreams of childhood. The primarily we find the metaphor. A metaphor compares two unlike things directly without using like or as. Little clouds setting their white bulging sails. The clouds are compared directly to the white sails of the ship. The baskets full of dreams, the cargo or the burden carried by the sleep fairies are compared to the basket of dream. The poor boats, the metaphor of the fragile boats navigating a fast moving stream, represent human life, hopes and imagination and journey to the unknown. And we also find personification, giving human traits or action to non-human things. Little clouds setting their wide bulging sails. The clouds are personified. Clouds to race with the boats. The clouds are again treated as playful rivals, again personified. The fairies of sleeps are sailing. This is also a personification of the traveling fairies sailing in the night sky. We find symbolism. Objects are used to represent larger abstract idea. It is called symbolism. Running stream symbolizes the passage of time and the continuous flow of life. Shiuli flower, these early morning flowers represents fragility, beauty, and the feeling of innocence and childhood. The strange land also symbolizes the vast unknown world, the vast unknown future, and the child's, which is outside the child's small village. We also enjoy the alliteration, the repetition of the same consonant sound of the beginning of closely connected words. Big black letters, repetition of B, some strange repetition of S, and there are 2 or 3 more alliterations. And if we come to imagery, vivid description that appeal directly to our sense to paint a clear mental picture is called imagery. There are visual imageries, a big black letters, I write my name. Little clouds setting their white bulging sails, and under the midnight stars. These are vivid, these are description of the visual imagery. We have smell imagery. The inclusion of shiuli flowers from our garden evokes the distinct fresh fragrance of the dawn, and under behind it we can find the smell of innocence. And there are examples, there are use of enjambment, a continuous of sentence without a pause beyond the end of line or stanza. Tagore uses the continuous throughout the free words to mirror the continuous and unbroken flow of the stream and the child's racing thought. And we can also say, that is the magic of Tagore's paper boat. It reminds us that no matter how old we are, we should never lose that childhood wonder or childhood surprise. Paper boat is a tender poem. It is a very tender poem about a young child who spends day launching home handmade paper boats down the running stream to share a piece of their world with the unknown, which is outside his little village. The child writes a name and the village on each boat in big black letters, hoping someone in a distant land will find them. It is a boundless imagination and boundless imagination. The child boats the vessel with fresh fragrant shiuli flowers gathered at the dawn, wishing they will find safely out at the night. When darkness falls, the child gazes up at the racing clouds, imagining them as the rivals racing the boats, and eventually dreams of the sleep fairies guiding their flower-laden vessel under the canopy of the stars. In short, Tagore shifts the mood from the playful daytime activity. Tagore shifts the mood from Tagore shifts the mood from playful daytime activities to surrealism, dreamy nighttime fantasies, emphasizing a child's sleep a child's deep longing for universal friendship, recognition, and the cosmic connection. And it is drawn very skillfully, very craftfully, and very beautifully, which touches the heart of the readers of all ages.